Chief this week talk about some of the things that Nick alluded to there relating to climate change. Cameron Klein's talking about the risks to the financial system if we don't get this right. Does the government accept that? And in that context, why does it always revert back to a simplistic scare campaign?
Well, I don't think it is a simplistic scare campaign. The only thing that matters here, Kieran, is that the world contains the growth of atmospheric concentration of carbon dioxide. That is the outcome. That is what we know impacts the climate. It is as simple as that. Australia is more than doing its bit to deliver that at the moment, and we will continue to. We're going to beat our Kyoto targets quite comfortably. Now, Labor gets obsessed with the mechanism, and they are obsessed now with expensive ways of reducing carbon emissions. They not only want to introduce one carbon tax, it sounds like they want to introduce three of the things. They were going to keep it secret from the Australian people, well, we now know that, until after the Paris conference. So, you know, meanwhile, we are getting on with the job of very practical measures at low cost, under $15 a tonne, which is way below what Labor was doing when it was in government.
What it was doing. But let's look at the cost issue, because I'm interested in looking at some of the detail on this, because Labor's, from what we know from this discussion paper, one of the considerations is linking in with international permits, which currently go for $8 to $10 or even less.
Well, if Labor wants to shovel out huge amounts of cash to the Chinese, so be it. It should be up front with the Australian people. It should be up front with the Australian people.
But that's less than the price per tonne that you're paying.
If it wants to shovel out huge amounts to the Chinese, we are doing our bit here in Australia through direct action. We know that's cheap. I have always said the cheapest way to reduce emissions in this country is off the grid. Off the grid. Things like abattoirs capturing the methane, changes of land use. You know, we know they're the cheapest ways of doing it. They're not going to impact our all-important export industries. They're cheap ways of achieving this.
Yeah, but do you get the amounts that you need to meet the targets?
We are going to beat our Kyoto targets, Kieran. That is very, very clear right now.
They're going to get a lot larger, aren't they, post-2020?
Well, what matters is what they're going to cost. And we are doing it cheaply. Labor is intent on making sure there's imposts on the Australian people, huge imposts, way beyond what is necessary, because they really just want to tax us. They really just want to tax us.
Okay, Nick Champion.